Why is my stream stopping? Nobody gave you permission to stop. Who gave you a reason to stop the podcast? Certainly not me. You must be looking for a black eye. Let's see if we're back up yet. I know the people on my thing is hating me right now. Told you I'm playing 2K while I'm doing this. There I go. I'm back up. No, am I back up? No, I'm not back up. I'm back up. Like I'm playing 2K while I'm doing the podcast, so you guys don't get mad at me. I'm talking about podcast people for being distracted, and for the people in 2K for. Is that my man? That's not my man. My man hasn't scored. Let's step your weight up. You're slacking. So, back to it. Somebody messenger me? How about get off my dick? You hear me? Whatever your name is? NJFU nasty? How about that? Get off my dick. It's a video game. And I'm doing a whole entire show while playing. But why did my controller move? How about that? And so we can do that again. Dickheads. Alright. Let's get into our official first hour. Damn. Did we spend the whole first hour of the podcast just talking BET Awards? That's how much let you know like I really enjoyed this BET Awards and I really wanted to get it off my chest. Right? I really wanted to go, and I gave you guys Monday. I really did. Can't say I didn't. But let's get into our next talk, right? Let's get direct. Oh, is that my man finally scoring? It's not even my man. Oh yeah, that's finally him scoring. Right? Let's get into our topic of the day because this has been kind of the bothersome topic of the evening, right? And it's a continuation of what we started talking about on Monday. And so you guys know what that sound means, right? It means that we're gonna get into our next talk. Right? You know I walk that walk and then I spark that spark and I stay with my next talk. So free agency or the new NBA season and free agency starts tomorrow. With that said, obviously there's a bunch of trade rumors that are working through the pipeline, right? And not just trade rumors, right? Not just trade rumors, but you're starting to see actual trades starting to happen, and you're starting to see players start to address their player option, right? Whether they're opting into their contract for this year, or they're opting out in seeks of a new arrangement. Good shit. Thank you. Oh, no, you're supposed to keep cutting. My bad. I thought you was coming through. So, free agency is starting tomorrow. And there's been some moves that started happening already that has already have Knicks fans being triggered, right? And not for nothing, Knicks fans will find any reason to be triggered. Like, I guarantee you right now that if the New York Knicks found a way to sign Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant on a veteran, all three of them on a veteran minimum contract, that you will still get 25% of Knicks fans calling and complaining. It's just how they are. First, Knicks fans were all up in their feels because good challenge. First, Knicks fans were all up in their feels because the New York Knicks decided to trade out of the first round, pick up 3 first-round picks, future first-round picks, and get rid of Kemba Walker's contract. That is what they're upset about. Which, again, I understand that, and I will get to this. I don't understand how they're upset about the Knicks organization doing exactly what Knicks fans want them to do. You want them to keep acquiring young assets. You want them to acquire enough assets to also put yourself in a position, not just to acquire young assets, but also to acquire good talent as well. And the New York Knicks have found a way to keep both options open for themselves. Yet I understand what the problem is. It's been rumored since... Am I losing my feet again? It's been rumored since the middle of the season, I feel like, that the New York Knicks are interested and have been going after Jalen Brunson, right? If you're a Knicks fan, that is one name for sure that you 100% know about. During the playoffs, against Golden State, or just period, during this playoff run, I know a lot of Knicks fans that were keeping an eye on Jalen Brunson the whole entire time. You saw how Jalen Brunson looked beside his primary player, and we also seen how he looked when the primary scorer on the team was not on the court. We've seen him be the person orchestrating the offense, and we've also seen him play off the ball. We've seen him play in the post. We've seen him play off the dribble. We've seen him play off pick and roll. Jalen Brunson is a good point guard. But now suddenly, now that the Knicks have put themselves in a position to get Jalen Brunson, now we have Knicks fans complaining about that as well. Oh, the New York Knicks have done all of this just for one guy. Done all of what? Traded away a draft pick to get 3 more and dump a bad contract? Explain to me, what is the complaint here? Like, I'm dead ass. Like, I am. Hold on a second. Like, I am completely dead ass here.
About to draw a stranger on the subway.
Right? I am beyond fed up with. I don't want to say. I am beyond fed up with Knicks fans at times, right? So you tell me, like, you honestly tell me, Knicks fans, what is there to be so upset about? You're complaining and you're saying, oh my God, they're doing all of this for Jalen Brunson. Doing what? What exactly are you complaining that they're doing to get a point guard? To get a point... See, you're tying a particular name to it. To get a good point guard. What have they done that is so egregious? What have they done that is so woe is me? For you guys watching on TikTok, I'm playing 2K at the same time I'm doing this podcast. Please explain to me what was so bad. Because they traded away a first round pick and got 3 more. Is that what you're so upset that they did for Jalen Brunson? That we got 3 more draft picks? We acquired 3 more draft picks in the pursuit of more talent? Or in the pursuit of a good point guard? Is that what you're mad about? We also utilized that opportunity to dump Kemba Walker's contract. Wait, are you upset that Kemba Walker's no longer on the team? Did you really just want Kemba Walker back on the team so bad after you badmouthed him all year for his play and production? His defensive rating? Oh my God. Or that they got rid of Nerlens Noel, a big man that was always injury prone that we couldn't rely on? I see, my bad. That was late. You tell me where the woe-is me's come from. Or are you just so used to being in victim mode? Because that's what you are. You are a scorned lover. You are a scorned fan. You are so used to being in victim mode that every little thing that happens, you are like, woe-is me, end of the earth. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my team. When your team is doing exactly what you wanted them to do. Exactly what you wanted them to do. You wanted them to get rid of bad talent, they got rid of bad talent. They wanted them to get rid of useless veterans, they got rid of useless veterans. You wanted them to get rid of injury-prone people, they got rid of injury-prone people. You wanted them to acquire young talent, they put themselves in a position to acquire young talent. You wanted them to get more draft picks so they could keep getting young talent, they did that too. You want them to accumulate assets so they could possibly trade for somebody of decency or somebody that's good, they did that too. What is your problem, Knicks fans? I'm gonna tell you to do something that I tell a lot of people that are down here in South Florida. You have to wash the sand out of your ass. That shit is making you irritable. And to the Knicks fans that say they're doing all this for a guy that isn't going to get us any closer to a championship. Well, who is? Who right now is available that is making the New York Knicks a championship contender right now? Or do you not realize that whoever the Knicks get, it's part of a process that may not make us a championship contender or just a good decent playoff team for the next 2 to 3 years. You're talking about championship contender? Contender? You must be fucking shit. Why did he dunk the goddamn ball? Some bullshit. Like, you're talking about contender. The Knicks are nowhere close to being contenders right now. What the? No. And if you're judging every single move off of being a championship contender, you realize to be a championship contender, you first got to be a consistent playoff team. The New York Knicks, fucking shit. The New York Knicks are not a consistent playoff team. They made it 2 years ago, and you've been disappointed that they had a drop off the year after. How close are they? Now the realistic question is Jalen Brunson a good piece to keep building towards something bigger? That's the question you should be asking yourself. That's the question that you should be answering. Not if this brings us any closer to be a championship contending team, which it brings us better to being a better playoff team, or makes us a better team, period. What have we been complaining about? No point guard, no point guard, no point guard. We got Julius Wactavius Randle running point guard for us as point forward. He never ran point forward a day in his life until he got to the Knicks. We have Alex Burke coming off the bench. Our benched small forward running point for us. And yet, your complaint is when the Knicks finally put themselves in a position to get a good point guard that you believe can score 20 points on any given night. Now you match that with a Julius Randle that you hope can go back to being that 20 point per night player, but also could be more effective now that he no longer has to worry about ball handling responsibilities. But you also add that to a RJ Barrett that also has become the youngest player in Knicks history to give me that ball there, to go ahead and score 20 points per game. Like, it's building blocks, it's pieces. You're not gonna, unless they were saying that we're getting one of the best 15 players in the game right now. There are no moves that automatically just make us seem like, oh damn, we're a championship contending team. There isn't one singular player that is available right now that you can get that will make you think that. Because guys like Giannis aren't available. Kevin Durant isn't available. And we see that Kevin Durant being available isn't even that great. We see what he's being in Brooklyn. The New York Nets and the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets won the same amount of playoff games last year. And the Brooklyn Nets had Kevin Durant on their team. That's all I'm saying. So who would you like the Knicks to get that is suddenly making them a championship contender? Because I don't see Giannis available. I don't see Stephen Curry available. I don't see any of the guys available that would get the results that you're complaining about not getting from this potential trade move. You guys are funny to me. You guys are real funny to me. I don't get you half the time. I really don't, Knicks fans. Like you ag me and I really don't get you half the time. Because now you're mad because you were mad that they're clearing all of this space up for Jalen Brunson. But then when the Atlanta Hawks get DeJounte Murray, right? You start complaining, oh, the Knicks have these assets. Why didn't they use him to get DeJounte Murray when they were basically the same player? Both of them had their best year last year. And we know that Murray was name was tied to the Knicks, as almost everybody's name is tied to the Knicks, because a lot of players and a lot of agents, they know the rule of thumb. Use whatever team is in New York as trade leverage. It's probably gonna catch news, but it's definitely gonna catch a buzz with their fan base, and it always gonna and because their name is attached to them, even whether it's realistic or not that the New York Knicks can get them, it's gonna fezz up the Knicks fan. Because as moves start happening, Knicks fans start wondering why that couldn't be us. Well, maybe it couldn't be us because maybe that player just didn't want to come to New York. Maybe that player had a list of places that he wanted to go to already, and New York was not one of them. But somehow our name got involved. Maybe, just maybe. But no, Knicks fans hear Murray's name tied to them once, and now they feel like, okay, this is a guy that we should get and be able to get. And then we hear the Atlanta Hawks get him for 3 first-round picks. Fucking shit. Right? And now this sends Knicks fans back into a tizzy again. Oh my God, they got him for 3 first-round picks. Why couldn't we get him for didn't we just get 3 first-round picks? Why couldn't we get him? All it took was Gallinari and 3 first-round picks. You telling me we couldn't find Gallinari and 3 first-round picks? Well, our equivalent to Gallinari is Obi Toppins. See, you're thinking Julius Randle, but nobody wants Julius. Gallinari is more valuable right now in the open market than Julius Randle is. If teams want to trade away something that they consider an asset. Because nobody wants a high volume, bad attitude volume shooter that doesn't play defense. And is upset when the team is winning because he ain't scoring. Nobody wants that guy. Oh, come on, post. Foul. Let's go. I won. Oh, smoke time. Like, nobody wants that guy. So you wonder how come we couldn't get him? Because we don't have that. Again, we didn't have the assets for him to get them. Nobody, and it's not just nobody wants Julius Randle. Did you listen to, honestly, the what kind of picks the Atlanta Hawks gave them? They gave them unprotected picks. The 3 picks that the New York Knicks got, they're more protected than the goddamn president. You understand? You catch me in the thriller Manila, understand? I'm about to make these free throws, you understand? And niggas over here text me, you understand? I don't give what you got to say, you understand? Nigga, get it off my dick, you understand? Let's see what this fool got to say. Why are you texting me during the game? Anyway, why are you taking away from what I got to do? How about this? Let me respond to you in a way that you understand. Get off my dick. recording. Hold on a second. Can I just say this? Hold on, because this stupid idiot keeps texting me, and I will stop this whole entire game. I'm recording. Pod while playing. What's your excuse? There we go. Just so you understand. Just so you understand, Pepe. Get off my dick! Dick rider! It's funny, the person that's talking shit hasn't outscored me, isn't really playing better than me, and I'm distracted. Like, you explain that to me. Like, let's see what else he had to say. Let's see if he had... Let's see what else he has to say. Okay then, exactly. He ain't got shit to say. Exactly. Get off my dick, bitch ass nigga. Hope you heard that shit, dumbass. Fuck you niggas think it's okay to text people. Like, you don't know me, fool. Like, what's wrong with you? Like I said, can't no nigga hold me down, and nobody's hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. You been trash. Nah, hold on 1 second. That's cap. What's that? LOL. Cap. Listen to the pod. Cap. Hello. Listen to my pod. Yup. Get. So, again, get off my dick. Dumbass nigga. And I'm about to be right here again. Cornball. Now let's get back into the pod. Listen, I normally don't even beef with people on 2K when they message me. Like, I normally ignore them, right? Right? I normally ignore them, but yo, this person right here, I had to respond to, because, like I said, again. So then, like I said, so then. Get off my dick and go away. Get off my dick and get a life. So then get off my dick and get a life. There you go. That's too simple. What the fuck is wrong with you cornballs? Like, you have to understand. if you gonna be bold enough to message me, oh no. If you're gonna be bold enough to message me, then be bold. Then you'll be bold enough to take this heat back. Damn right, I paused to message you back because you don't need no problem messaging me. Why y'all passing me the ball anyway? You guys chose to do that, so you choose to throw that game away. Let's get back into these Knicks talk, right? Now that I'm no longer distracted by, now I'm gonna get into my Kyrie Irving mode. Now I'm no longer distracted by these cockroaches, la cucarachas. So Knicks fans are here all triggered. So, and then this is how they get triggered again. And I'm telling you, they do it to themselves. So you hear that Murray gets traded to the Atlanta Hawks, and you have to pay attention to what the Atlanta Hawks are doing. The Atlanta Hawks are going to be a better team, and I'm mad about this. Like I said, part of me, like, it's a double-edged sword. I'm upset that they're getting better, but we all know how this goes, right? That they're part of my teams, one of the teams that I like to root against. So if I'm going to be rooting against them, like, hell yeah. Like I should say hell yeah, but if I'm rooting against them, I'm gonna keep an eye on them. But also I'll keep an eye on them so I can be worried about what they do. You can see that team is building around Trae Young. Again, they found their star and they're building around him, and their star is their point guard. You seen them surrounding him with other shooters, but not just other shooters. Guys like DeJounte Murray, they're also other ball handlers, right? Like that's what he is. And then they got the kid that they picked up in the draft as well this year, right? Who was that again? Shit. What was that dude's name? AJ Griffin. They got him as well as a nice little young talent. They were able to keep Collins. They got rid of Gallinari. And to be honest with you, like the Gallinari upgrade, the Gallinari move is kind of an upgrade. And as you got, and also, Knicks fans want to be upset about things, but if you want to be upset about something, right? If you fully wanted to bring into all the 7 degrees of separations that you need to be upset about, you should be upset that not only did Atlanta Hawks go ahead and get that pick against, nice move. We'll get DeJounte Murray. They also got that. The asset they used to get him was the pick that they got from the New York Knicks. For them, for us getting Cam Reddish. So if you really want to go through that whole entire 7 degrees of separation of woe is me, then that is your kick over the edge. Like, you understand how Knicks fans are so upset, right? Let me tell you how Knicks fans are so upset, right? Like, Knicks, you know what? I'm gonna tell you how Knicks fans are so upset right after this commercial break for, you know what? For a product, what the hell is happening there? Tip ball. For a product that is kind of near and dear to me, right? And that is Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? I'm glad you asked. Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a packet and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. Trust me, she's gonna love how you come through like a boss when you. For a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss. She's gonna love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And all you gotta do, and if you want to try Blue Chew for free, all you gotta do is use this week's promo code of XSMJ. That is extra small Michael Jordan. No, I'm joking. That is X-Ray Sierra Mike Juliet. And you can get your first order of Blue Chew for free on me. Yes, folks, for the free $99. We're talking about free than Kanye's workout plan. What is that code again? XSMJ to get yourself a free order of Blue Chew. Yes, folks, get that shit today on Hump Day. Excuse me. Them rice and peas, B. That's that coconut milk and them goddamn beans. I know you hearing that shit on the podcast. Give me that. Follow me? Shit. I tried to get to him. I really did try to get to him, but Shit got fucked up. I'm gonna tell you right now. I have no reason I should be playing 2K while I'm potting. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get to that next level. I hope that dude I was just talking to on Xbox watches my podcast, because you were worse than me. And you weren't distracted. I'm doing a whole entire podcast. Eating food. Smoking my liquor, drinking my weed. Talking my shit to the good people of the MyT Sports Podcast. The only thing you were doing was playing in a dark room, getting Cheeto dust all over your controllers. So I'm gonna tell you like J. Cole told the rest of the world, get off my dick, bitch. Yeah, that's what we do here on the MyT Sports Podcast. Listen, if you want heat, we got heat. You want smoke, you got smoke. You understand? From Brooklyn. That's what we do. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The only thing about the love I spread, you get to determine what kind of love you would like to receive. But we spread that love. So let me get back to the New York Knicks, right? Cause I gotta spread love to the Knicks, right? So they can get off the edge, right? I need to get them off the ledge, get them off the edge. You know what I mean? Get them out of bed, get out their head. You heard what I said? Next talk. Knicks fans started getting upset, or started bringing in names like Jeremy Grant and Christian Woods. How come we couldn't get Jeremy Grant and Christian Woods? One, do you also realize, oh, god damn, yo, hold on, fuck you. I'm trying to smack you in the face. Right, they're getting, ooh, shit. Right, Knicks fans are getting upset about Jeremy Grant and Christian Woods. Like, how could we could have used some of the assets we had to go get them? See, now they want to utilize assets to go get these people, right? Jeremy Grant, who I've never had faith over, right? He goes to Portland, and watch him mean nothing for Portland. The only thing Jeremy Grant may mean for Portland is that it may help Damian Lillard realize that, yeah, he does want to leave Portland faster. That may be the only thing it helps do. Other than that, I don't see what the benefit of getting Jeremy Grant to Portland is. Shit, picked the wrong side. Is that a turnover? Shit. And then they talk about Christian Woods. Christian Woods. Also, you guys realize we just got these assets. The same assets that you're complaining about getting, and that we should have used to get guys like Jeremy Grant and Christian Woods, we just got on draft day. You forget why you're upset already? Sort of God, it's like talking to a fucking 2-year-old sometimes. I apologize, Knicks fans. You guys are emotionally unstable. Like the Dolan family, like the Dolan family has caused you irreparable emotional damage. And I understand it. Like I said, when Knicks fans talk, they can't help themselves but talk about 40 years, 30 years, 20 years. How about the last 2 years? Oh, you should have kept on going through. How about just the last 2 years? How about how we've looked over the last 2 years? How about how we've looked over the last 2 years compared to how we've looked over the last 10? How about that? See the thing about Knicks fans and the thing about winning is that automatically they've gotten amnesia of what it used to be, of how things used to look like when this team was winning 17 games. See, they forget about that. Shit, let's go. That works. Like, you forget about that already. That's the only reason why you feel like you even have room to complain about what they're doing now, is because you've already forgotten about winning seasons in the teens. Winning seasons in the 20s. A decade of that. Yet you're upset when they're actually shit. Making what are considered franchise intellectual moves? Or intellectual franchise moves? Like, this is when you're actually complaining. And you're bringing in guys like Christian Woods and Jeremy Grant to fuel your complaint. Are you mad, man? Like, I swear to God, I feel like going foreign on you, you bloody wankers. Are you mad? I ask you again. Who out there that is available that you believe the New York Knicks can go out right now and you say, yeah, we're a championship contender now? Or have you not, or have you finally now come to the conclusion, since I've last said it, that it doesn't matter what piece that we would have went out and got, that would have just been a building block toward us being a better team? No, it's a better team. It's just a team that continues to make the playoffs. We are far from being a championship team. What we're trying to get to the point of is where teams that we overlook, like Denver, like, fuck me, really? Teams like Utah, right, where they've been at, teams like Miami, teams like Boston. You just want to, teams like Milwaukee, before they won a championship. You forget what those early days of Giannis looked like? You just want to get to the point where you can start being a consistent playoff team. Because once you get there, then every building block that you try to add, that's when you start grading those on, does this help us win a championship degree or not? That's when you're able to do that. We are so far removed from that. That's like being in kindergarten and trying to pick out your goddamn college curriculum. And say like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna keep my GPA up if I don't learn how to put this goddamn triangle into this fucking square. I don't know if I'm gonna walk that stage in 12, like, you understand? You're not even close to there yet. You haven't even fucking learned your ABCs yet. Yes, you, like the Knicks may have just learned their ABCs. Now let's see if we can fucking start putting some letters into math. And you get that. Because a lot of you Knicks fans are complaining, I feel like you struggled the moment they put a letter in math. Like A plus B equals C still makes no sense to you, and that's why you can't comprehend what the Knicks are doing. And I'm not trying to sound like Kyrie. I'm just trying to say I want you guys to exercise a little bit more common sense and a little less emotion. Because it's just emotion that has you tripping. For real. Knicks fans, I love you guys, but man, like, I swear to God, Knicks fans, not for nothing, I do this podcast mainly for you. I've been doing this podcast mainly for you. This has been forever. I missed 2 free throws? This has been forever my way of communicating with you guys. Whether I was with you guys in the march of irateness, or now on this side, now when I'm on this side trying to tell you guys that all trades matter. But Knicks fans, I'm going to need you to come off the edge. When they get Jalen Brunson, I'm going to need you to not overreact again. And I mean in the negative way. I don't need you to overreact in a positive way either. It's a good piece that we got, and you should be happy that we were successful in getting a point guard and in getting a player that we were coveted. Right? Those are the things you should be happy about. What I don't want to see you unhappy about is, oh my God, this guy. You know how Knicks fans get. This guy. We're going to pay him $27.5 million. That's if they pay him $110 million. So the talks are either going to pay him $100 million or $110 million. Difference between $25 million a year and $27.5 million a year. And Knicks fans are already saying, man, that kind of money for this guy? That kind of money for this guy? You realize the money that you're probably thinking about. Let me remind you. And I definitely need to get a drop for this. Yesterday's price is not today's price. $25 million right now for a good player is about average. Average. A good player. Not a bad player, not a great player, good player. Average. Do you know what $27.5 million is? It would make him the 14th highest paid point guard in the league. Average. It would make him the 8th highest point guard for players 26 and under. That's about right. Behind, who is he behind? Behind Trae Young? Behind Luka? Behind Jamal Murray? Behind Ben Simmons? Behind D'Angelo Russell? Behind De'Aaron Fox? Like, these are the guys 26 and under that he's behind. But he's also behind. Actually, you know, let me not put you everybody that he's behind. Let me tell you who he's in between. That's right in between. Shit. Why y'all passing the ball to me? I'm not the point guard. Get out my face. That's right in between Kyle Lowry and Mike Conley. I ask you this, and those are the old heads. If you want to bring it down one, right, to maybe somebody in his that's kind of a peer of his, Malcolm Brogdon. Somebody else that the Knicks kind of wanted to get, that Knicks fans wanted them to go after. But remember, Malcolm Brogdon is already injury prone. Terry Rozier is like 28. Fred VanVleet is 28. So that puts him like behind De'Aaron Fox. But ahead of, I'm trying to see who is 26 and older that will put him ahead of. Lonzo Ball. That puts him in between De'Aaron Fox and Lonzo Ball when it comes time for him to get paid. Or you want to compare who's getting paid in between. Lonzo Ball. Not LaMelo Ball. Lonzo. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with our point guards being paid more than Fred VanVleet. Or him, by the way. Malcolm Brogdon. Michael Conley. Because you tell me what Michael Conley and Kyle Lowry did in this last playoffs. You tell me who had the better playoff series. If it was Michael Conley, Kyle Lowry, or Jalen Brunson. So when you talk to him, oh my God, 25 million, oh my God. What is 25 million? It puts him right in the middle of highest paid point guards in the league. 14th. That's an average salary. And also, we all know, like I said, yesterday's price is not today's price. When Mike Conley got that $25 million deal, he was the highest paid point guard in the league. Is $25 million now seem like an overpayment for a guy like Michael Conley? But at some point in time, it actually seemed like it was an actual deal? If Jalen Brunson continues to do what he did, what he showed us last year, and what he showed us in the playoffs, he will overplay his $25 million a year contract. Would you want him to? If he kind of underperforms, are you not telling me that that $25 million isn't the equivalent to what Mike Conley and Kyle Lowry would have given you on the court? So it's not a stretch for what he's getting paid. It's not an overpayment. It's It's properly marketed. He's getting paid what the market actually kind of dictates for his position. For an average guy at his position, he is getting exactly what the market dictates. So when they signed him to that 4-year, $110 million contract, I don't want. Oh my God, that's a lot of money for this guy. I don't know. You're still thinking about prices from 3 years ago. That's why. You still have old salary cap numbers stuck in your head. Where if you gave a guy $25 million, it was Kevin Garnett. It was Shaq. It was LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony. Like, those are the guys that we were used to making $25 million. Now, from where the game has gone, due to inflation and the growth of the game, $25 million is what the average point guard gets. Is what an average player gets. That's a good contract for a decent player. For a good player. That doesn't feel like a stretch. Doesn't feel like an overpayment. You know what it felt like a stretch? $30 million. You know what it felt like a steal? $15 million. You know what kind of sounds like in between 15 and 30? Over 20. 22, 27. Fucking shit. God, get this goddamn ball out my hand. So, like I said, I'm already preparing for you guys, and I already know how you guys are gonna start talking. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. It's not bad money. It's not a lot of money. It's actually properly priced. What the fuck? Why are you lobbing that shit? He's right there. Bullet that shit. Can't stand you. See, why didn't you do that the last time? That motherfucker was right in front of you. Why didn't you do that the last time? You lobbed that shit right to the other motherfucker. Sorry, guys. Yeah, again, I'm still playing 2K while I'm recording this podcast. Now, so I ask you again, Knicks. Regardless of who we got and who we paid, that's available. You name me the one player that we could have gotten that was gonna make us just a player away from being a championship contending team. That's available. Not like, oh, well, if Kevin Durant didn't opt into, no, but he did, and he opted into his contract early as fuck too. So he wasn't even in play. Well, maybe we could get Zion Williamson, and maybe we could have used those assets to get Zion Williamson, and Zion Williamson would have still had us just being a good team. And I keep telling you, Knicks fans. See, this is when I go back to TikTok, right? I keep telling you, Knicks fans, but you don't listen to me, right? You don't listen to me at all when I keep trying to tell you this, right? So I'm gonna say it again and louder for the people in the back. Knicks fans, you don't want Zion Williamson. I'm telling you now. You think you do. You think you want Zion, but let me tell you exactly what would have happened to Zion. What would have happened if we got Zion? Knicks would have drafted Zion Williamson. Knicks fans would have had a parade on draft day, right? Bing bonging all over the place, like a bing bong with my thing thong, with my thing out, and it's your mouth, right? Yeah, you guys would have bing bonged all over the place. Happening and picking shit. Until you weren't quite winning games the way you thought you would have with a guy like the talent of Zion Williamson. And then you would have called in and started complaining to every single radio station that this guy is a bum the moment he got injured. The moment he stopped being able to play a full season. He missed 25 games, 50 games. Oh, this guy. You want to know how I know you would have done it? Because you did it to Kristaps Porzingis. See, Knicks fans? It's exactly what I'm talking about. If you would have had Zion Williamson, just switch out his name for Kristaps Porzingis. And think how you would have been treating him through all of these injuries. Oh, if, when he's healthy, he's one of the. And if he can be healthy, he's one of the. Yet, this is the guy that you got out of New York that you're trying to bring back into New York under a different disguise. I don't think you guys hear yourself sometimes. Like, you want Zion Williamson so bad that you don't realize that he has already been down the Kristaps Porzingis trajectory of a career, and you wanted Kristaps Porzingis gone. You couldn't wait to get him out of town. You're happy he's out of town. Actually, he went to Dallas, and now he's in Washington, and you're looking at it like, damn, I'm glad we didn't decide to keep him. Because remember, it was on the fence for Knicks fans. It was polarizing. Half of the fans wanted him there, half of the fans wanted him gone. And for the fans that wanted him here, you guys were iffing all over yourselves. And for the ones that wanted him gone, you were talking about how injury prone he was. And then you will get iffed by the people that wanted him here. Well, that's what Zion Williamson is. Zion right now is an iffy guy. And if he was playing for the Knicks, you'd be talking about him the way you talked about Zion Williamson. I mean Kristaps Porzingis. You don't want Zion Williamson. You like the thought of him. You guys are bugging. I'm sorry. Somebody bust a motherfucking move. What's going on here? Why doesn't nobody cut? Why doesn't nobody set a pick? Hit him. Ah, oh shit, god damn. So Knicks fans, I really don't want to hear you guys. I really don't want to hear you guys talk about getting Zion Williamson again, because I've seen this show. Like I've witnessed this show, and it wasn't just I've seen and witnessed it. I've seen and witnessed this recently. We just went through this. Like, this is something that we just did. Come closer, come to the ball. Like, I appreciate you guys, but I don't like that sometimes. Like, you gotta come to the ball. Did they pass the ball to me or did I get a rebound? They passed that ball out to me. What's wrong with you guys? Has my team not realized that I am half distracted? Have they not been listening to me, or they listening? Ooh, I gotta start getting distracted though. I can't keep putting up these D's though. That just look bad. So Knicks fans, I think I'm done talking to you for the evening. Right? I really do. I really do. Right? Because I don't think there's much else that I can say. I don't know how many more ways I can say this. Right? But it also, and the reason why, and I'm gonna let you know, every time I bring this up, it's because it is brought up again and again and again and again. I hear you guys. You understand how much I consume, how much I'm lurking in the background listening. I'm listening to the podcast that Knicks fans listening to. I listen to the radio station that Knicks fans are calling into. I'm listening to you guys. You guys sound half retarded to me sometimes, but it's okay though. I come here to talk to you. Like, yes, but yo, what do you do this for? Like, what keeps you motivated? Like, what drives you to do this shit every day? Irrational Knicks fans. Oh, man. Y'all, I can't believe y'all were tripping off of Christian Woods and Jeremy Grant? And Gallen, like, seriously? Like, seriously. Like, these are the guys that you guys are heartbroken over, or you guys are bringing into conversation. Like I'm not understanding that at all. And I'm sorry, Knicks fans. Like you guys know I love you to death, right? Yeah, I love you like a long lost cousin. But you got to get your shit together. You got to get your shit together. All right, we're gonna end the podcast soon, right? As we're gonna give you guys a 2-hour show today. As we've been talking, we talked about a lot of things today, right? We talked about Knicks fans being upset. We talked about the BET Awards. Actually, maybe we talked about Brittany Griner and her case. That's not the only case that's out there, right? I know we're not talking about Deshaun Watson either. Somebody else very recently went to trial. We've been doing a lot of court talk lately, right? Brittany Griner, Deshaun Watson. Should we even talk about Puff Daddy's court case today, right? There's somebody else as well, and that is one by the name of R. Kelly. Right, R. Kelly has been sentenced today, right? His trial is officially over, and he has been sentenced today. And R. Kelly is going to face 30 years in prison, folks. I don't know if that's 30 to life, but that's damn near life for him. He's damn near 50, right? Okay, hold on one second. Okay, Google, how old is R. Kelly?
55 years old.
R. Kelly is supposed to come out until he's 85 years old. In jail. And the charges were for leading and entrapping women, sometimes even underage and young girls, into a life of sexual activity or sexual crime. I forgot the verbiage that they said exactly. Small forward. Okay. What the fuck just happened? So R. Kelly, so basically, if you guys are unaware, like, we all know R. Kelly, that he used to call himself the king of R&B. Like, and this is part of the reason why we've always said, like, yo, R. Kelly really fucked it up for everybody, because he makes it, fuck. He makes it hard for you to like his songs anymore, right? Like, every time you hear his songs now, you no longer have all of the good memories of the king of R&B and all this other craziness, right? What you remember now is some deranged sex fiend that is coercing, a deranged sex fiend that's coercing young women and families to give up their daughters so that he can train them into a sex life or a life of domination, or whatever it is. And that's ultimately what he was found guilty of. And now he's gonna serve 30 years. And I'm telling you, like he did it to himself, and he tainted his own. He tainted his own legacy, because there was a lot of shit that people have like with a lot of stars, right? There's a lot of shit that gets overlooked throughout the years, right? I tell you guys, right? I've told you guys that it is rough sometimes, right? As you start growing up, and certain things that you're used to, or certain things that were okay are no longer okay. And I've told you guys throughout the years in this podcast that in my lifetime, even though it has been illegal my whole entire lifetime, it has become more and more, right, taboo over the years. Shit. It has been more and more taboo over the years, right, to not mess with underage women. And I mean, all right, because it is something that actually used to happen, and nobody thought twice about it. I mean, actually, you believe how common it is, how still common it is, but it also is still more commonplace with individuals that are more like 19 to 17, 19 to 16. You're still dating your high school sweetheart after you got out of high school, right? Or after you went to college, or after you got out of high school. Period. You know what I mean? So that's generally how that's been going. That's generally how that's been going. How that's gone. and been accepted. But also, it's been something that in a weird way that people have just kind of like turned a blind eye to until it's finally caught up with everybody. Until not just society felt like, okay, we can start fully prosecuting, but also the victims start feeling a lot more comfortable coming out, because we've gotten to a place in society where now when they come out and they address these issues, that they're not going to be scrutinized as victims. That does happen. We all aware of this. That does happen. I'm telling you, like, R. Kelly really has fucked it up, because there used to be a time where, actually, not even there used to be a time, just recently, was at my niece's graduation, and they're playing R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly. And while I perfectly understand how that song has a reference, and see, that's how R. Kelly fucked himself up. You understand? We were good, like, people in my generation, right? We were going to be fucking the R. Kelly until the end of time. I Believe I Can Fly was going to be played at every graduation till the end of time. You know how people find like their Christmas song? Mariah Carey, for instance, like she got her Christmas song, right? That Christmas song is now going to be played at Christmas time to the end of time. R. Kelly found his graduation song. He found a song that at some point in time, you may not know any R. Kelly song, and he'd be like, what about I Believe I Can? Oh, you mean that shit they sung at my graduation? That's, I know that song. I believe I can. So don't get it twisted. Like, R. Kelly did that to himself. Is my timing back yet? My timing is still off. What the fuck is wrong with my timing right now? I don't know if it's a chicken or the egg, but I'm fucking up in 2K. Seriously. So, R. Kelly gets his sentence. He gets his 30 years. Deshaun Watson's case is still pending, right? We're going to figure out what's going to happen with that. And I think I've already told you guys how I feel. The next time I tell you guys how I feel, I'm going to be on... I'll be strictly on TikTok. Like I'll probably end up making a TikTok recording for that one. We have a couple players that have opted out of their contracts, right? Kyrie Irving opts into his contract, and then he puts out a nice little statement saying that while regular people make the world move, other people like myself are move makers or some shit like that, or above the moves or whatever the fuck like who got the dumb nigga, like dumb shit he said. Like, sorry, I don't want to call him dumb. I don't want to say some dumb nigga shit he said. Like that would me participating in new media antics, and in no part of the new media, like unless like there is real evidence of it in the new media. You never call other black people cool. New media, old media, right? In a room full of black people, definitely in a room full of mixed company. Yeah, Drake. You know how Golden State Warriors are talking about, yo, they broke the code. Well, Draymond Green should know that he broke the code when he called Kendrick Perkins a coon on live radio or on live television or his podcast or whatever platform he decided to do that on. Just because he actually has an opinion or he says stuff that you don't agree with. Now, like, see, like you can call him a lot of stuff, right? But for him doing exactly what you're doing, getting out there and making hot takes, you call him a coon? A coon? That wasn't some coon shit that I've ever seen in my life. Like I said, it may be the new media, but you're the same old nigga. Like I said, you can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. And that's what Draymond Green just showed. Like, he did one of those things that, and not for nothing, right? That a lot of black people will look at like, yo, you're making us look bad. Like this is a no-no. Like you gave us a step back. Because now how many people are going to feel comfortable calling Kendrick Perkins a coon because if they don't agree with his take? And then now what if that person doesn't quite look like... Now if that person doesn't quite look like the same way that Kendrick Perkins looks like, and now we're talking about it being a racial slur, right? And now we're talking about it being possibly a hate crime now. And now that person's like, well, Draymond Green called him it, so I was just kind of repeating what Dray. Nope, you knew what the fuck you were doing. See what you've opened up again. You guys keep making decisions and doing things, and I never think about the big picture and think about the big picture or overall who it may affect. So Kyrie Irving did what every normal person would do. Actually, he did something that not just every normal person would do. Every normal rejected person would do. Because you know what happened to Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving tried to get himself a new contract. He tried to opt out. He tried to opt out of his. He tried to opt out. He didn't opt out, but he tried to see what kind of deals he can get in the trade market. And nobody was willing to trade for Kyrie Irving and give him an extended guaranteed contract because of his antics, his tactics, and also because of his unreliability. So like everybody else now, Kyrie Irving is gonna have to do what everybody else does. You know what I mean? To be able to make their money, and that is work for it. Because he got real fat and sassy. He got real comfortable, right? Just sitting back and doing nothing for it, right? Making millions of dollars doing nothing, and he thought shit was sweet. He really did. He really thought like, oh, I can get like my talent is great. Anybody's gonna want to give me a multi-year contract. Nope. And then what he did after he went out there, it's almost like your girl telling you like, oh, you know what, you want to be single? Go ahead, go out there, go ahead and get as much pussy as you want. Go out there. And you go out there for 2 weeks and all you've done is beat your meat. And now you come crying back to your girl, baby, please, baby, please, baby, please. Now Kyrie Irving isn't over here crying for the Nets to take him back. But ultimately he had to go back to the Nets. He thought he had options. And he found out that he has no options. The only option that he has is that he needs to do what basically most players have to do. Ball the fuck out. Not just ball the fuck out in a contract year so that you can try to get the kind of deal that you want to get. Even if that means that after that year you stop doing, you stop balling and you start going back into your selfish ways, you at least have to show up and ball completely the fuck out for 1 year. And I can guarantee you this. Kyrie Irving's going to ball out for 1 year and the Nets still won't get out the first fucking round. So run tell that. We are just about done here on the MyT Sports Podcast. We'll come back and we'll talk Friday. We're not going to have a podcast on July 4th. We'll be in Orlando. You know, we've tried to do that before. We'll see how that goes. Like, you know how I am. I'll bring my equipment, but who knows? And also Monday I may be traveling back, so maybe I'm home. Maybe I come home around noon and some shit like that. Come take a nap and honestly, it's to give you guys a podcast that night. And also I may have a special guest that night. We'll see how shit works out. Now there was one opt out that kind of shocked me, and that was James Harden. But from what I see and from what I hear, James Harden is opting out so that he can possibly re-sign. Damn, I'm 0 for 5? I'm tripping. Right. But he's opting out to possibly re-sign himself on a more friendly team contract. Right now, if James Harden were to opt into his contract, he'll be guaranteeing himself $47 million for 1 year. So you never know. James Harden may get Jalen Brunson money. Would James Harden be a lot easier to swallow if he was making $25 million a year? Or $30 million a year? Or 30? Because imagine this. right? Because I'm trying to figure out what is a team-friendly contract. What is a team-friendly contract? Saving $12 million? You give him a 4-year, $170 million contract? A 2-year, $70 million? I'm sorry, 4-year. I said 70 million. I said 170 million, but a 4-year, 140 million, or a 2-year, $70 million contract, 3-year, 105. What is team friendly? What helps open up your books enough by renegotiating with James Harden? Because to be honest with you, $12 million may not be enough. I'm over here thinking about, okay, let's bring him down to like 27 million. Like actually exactly what we're talking about. Bring it on the Jalen Brunson money. 25 million, 27 million over 4 years. That way he can guarantee himself another $100 million. Oh shit. He can guarantee himself another $100 million contract. And if he wants, as we believe that he end up doing, after his first or second year, he can stop giving it his all, start looking like a bum again, and guarantee that he'll get $50 million, $70 million, $54 million, however it is. However it plays out for his new contract. So I'm going to be interested to see exactly what it means for him to redo his contract or restructure his contract. The other contract I'm interested in, and we've been interested in this individual's contract all year long. That is Bradley Beal. Like, we have 100% wondered what Bradley Beal is going to do, where he's going to go, okay, you know what? My timing is just off. Something is going on here. What kind of contract he's going to get. Now, there's one rumor, right? And obviously this has always been an option, right? That Bradley Beal may just be opting out of his contract so that he can sign a 5-year max deal with his team. So we're talking about him signing out of this year and turning down the $36 million so that he can get about another $9 million guaranteed this year. But, god damn it. But also get himself that other guaranteed, what we're talking about, because I just put it at 45 in my head. So we're talking about over the next 5 years, another guaranteed 45, that's 180, 360. So he's opting out of, so he's turning down $36 million this year to possibly get next year, to get possibly $9 million more next year, but overall to add another $360 to his bank. So you're turning down $36 million to try to get 360. 360? I may be tripping with my numbers. I may be tripping big time with my numbers. 45. That's 180. Oh, 225. Sorry. Turning down 360 to possibly add another 225 to his contract. So we'll see how these kind of things continue to work out. We'll be back on Friday. We'll continue to talk about this. We'll be back next week as well. I'm not sure if I'm doing a podcast on Monday. Don't look out for a podcast. Plus, it's going to be July 4th weekend, right? Oh, that's actually July 4th. So, no podcast on July 4th. You guys go ahead and you relax. I'll be relaxing too. I may not even be in town yet. When we come back, folks, on that Wednesday, I'm expecting to see a lot of changes made. I'm also expected to hear that Jalen Brunson is officially a Knick. This whole entire meeting with Miami and meeting with so-and-so, I honestly feel like they're trolling the Knicks, to be honest with you. And that's why that they're coming in town like, oh, you want to go to the Knicks? Well, how about this? Let me do what I did to LeBron. I feel like anytime that somebody good wants to go to the Knicks, Pat Riley just wants to fuck it up to do his personal vendetta. And you know what? While I can be mad about it, I also understand. Folks, that is my time. That is the MyT Sports Podcast. I want to thank you guys for listening. It's just after midnight. All right, this has been a nice little successful episode of 450 of the MyT Sports Podcast. Not very often do I ever give gamers that message me my time of day, but you saw me give actually somebody my time of day while also invited them to the podcast. So I'm like, yo, if you got time to play 2K and message me in the middle of the game, then you got time to listen to the podcast. But ultimately, my dude, it's just a game. Get off my dick. And if you're hopping in other people's DMs too over a game, listen here, you thirsty bastard, you. Right? Lick the Cheetos off of your fingers and get off my dick. You have something else that you can lick, right? But it's not my dick. Puerco sucio. Like, you understand how pathetic you have to be to message somebody when they're playing, talking about, yo, you're trash, yo, blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking game. You're like, listen, I may be playing trash in that game, but you're pathetic, period, in life, by hopping in somebody's DMs over a game. You're pathetic, and you need a life. You probably need to put the video game down. Go get your GPA up. Like, I'm pretty sure there's something important in your life that you're neglecting. Go do that instead of worrying about my gameplay. You pathetic motherfucker, you. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. I'm gonna get in my Kyrie mode, goddamn peon, you cockroach. Get off my dick. DJ MyT, play my outro so I can stop rambling.
Sorry, B. I tried. Honest.
Okay, I gotta pay attention. We're in the fourth quarter.
All
No!
the bandwidth in
Get
the
this ball out
world
my hand.
couldn't keep me contained. No lag, no lag. Gonna share my talents with Pod B Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT Podcaster.
Skirt.
Potted down now. Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't wanna go far. Wild night. Tired, B.
That's off.
Tired. MyT
Sports. Get off my dick. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever been 0 for 8 in my life. See,